Under the lights of Prudential Center, two stories glide toward collision. The New Jersey Devils, 5 wins, no mercy, playing like prophecy fulfilled, and the Minnesota Wild, 3 wins, 3 losses, one mirror held up to themselves, asking the question every streak forgets. What happens when the ice tilts back the other way? Philip Gustafsson stands in the crease for Minnesota, carrying more than a stat line. 2 wins, 3 losses, a 3.04 goals against average, and yet the pulse of someone who's been forged by traffic and rebounds. When he tracks early, the Wild breathe easier. Across the rink, Nico Daws faces his season's first shot and his own nerves. The building hums with faith in him, but debut energy cuts both ways. It glows or it burns. New Jersey leads the league's next wave. Speed, precision, penalty kill at 95%. But their shine has outpaced gravity. A shooting percentage near 14 is a promise regression always collects. Minnesota's power play, first in the NHL, has its own weaponry. Cross-ice deception, delayed release, and that uncanny rhythm where hesitation becomes violence. One mistake, one too many penalties, and the Wild turn discipline into revelation. Beneath it all, the math whispers balance. Home ice belongs to the Devils, but chaos belongs to the road. Every team that looks untouchable eventually touches something cold. The Wild don't need perfection. They need a single bounce, a rookie misread, a moment when numbers forget their pattern. And today's AI pick is the Minnesota Wild money line, plus 115. The price is right, the edge is hidden, and variance loves those who skate into doubt without fear. Will we cash or will we burn? Either way, the ice remembers. Now, on to Game 2.
KeyBank Center, Wednesday night. The air smells like unfinished business. The Detroit Red Wings come in as the hottest team in the Atlantic, 5-1, skating with a purpose sharper than ice. The Buffalo Sabres return home at 2-4, trying to remember what confidence felt like before the season started pressing on their throats. Both teams know this isn't a chess match tonight. It's a race to 7 goals, and a reminder that sometimes defense is just a rumor. John Gibson starts again for Detroit. His numbers: 2.98 goals against, .173 save percentage. Read like a man surviving rather than thriving. He wins, but he's been touched in almost every game. The Red Wings have covered that fragility with relentless scoring depth. Dylan Larkin firing like a captain possessed. Alex DeBrincat finding soft spots in every zone, and a power play that converts even when it shouldn't. Across the rink stands Alex Lyon for Buffalo, brilliant in moments but exhausted by exposure, facing more than 33 shots a night behind a defense that bleeds passing lanes. Detroit ranks top 10 in goals per game. Buffalo sits near the bottom, but their metrics whisper volatility. Tage Thompson's shot velocity, Rasmus Dahlin's activation from the blue line, and a power play clicking over 26% mean that when Buffalo scores, it comes in waves. The Wings don't slow games down. They lure teams into track meets and trust that their finishers win the sprint. Both clubs boast elite penalty kills, yet when two fast teams collide with tired legs, penalties turn chaotic, and chaos breeds scoring. The previous meeting ended 7-3 Detroit. The rink, the rosters, even the rhythm of the schedule echo that night. History rarely repeats perfectly, but tonight it hums the same melody. Defense won't hold. Goaltenders won't breathe. This game bends toward frenzy. The kind that turns 3-2 leads into 5-4 finishes before the crowd can finish a beer. And today's AI pick is the over 6.5 goals. Because regression cuts both ways, and in Buffalo, it cuts through the crease. Will we cash or will we burn? The answer lives in the noise, not the net. Now, on to Game 3.
Scotiabank Saddledome, where the boards carry the sound of frustration. The Calgary Flames have lost 6 straight, each one a mirror showing the same reflection. Effort without finish. Tonight, they face a Montreal team that's been skating like a revelation. 5 wins, 2 losses. All confidence, no doubt. But every streak is a story waiting to be rewritten, and sometimes the rewrite starts in fire. Sam Montembeault starts again for the Canadiens, steady only when the rhythm is slow. His .857 save percentage hides behind Montreal's offense, not because he's bad, but because he hasn't been tested by chaos. Calgary is chaos tonight. At the other end, Dustin Wolf's record looks ugly. 1 win, 5 losses. But inside those numbers is a goalie fighting against variance. His glove has been sharper than his luck, his angles cleaner than his stats. A correction is coming, and it may arrive on home ice. Montreal's numbers look like prophecy. 3.6 goals per game, 5th best shooting percentage in the league. But shooting percentages melt fast. The Flames are sitting at 6.2%, dead last, a figure that simply cannot hold. Regression doesn't ask permission, it just flips the script when no one's watching. The Saddle Dome has seen it before, teams with no reason to believe skating out of the tunnel and finding one. Nazem Kadri leads the line, dragging Calgary forward through weight and noise. Jonathan Huberdeau's release still looks heavy, but that's what makes it dangerous. Once it finds daylight, it explodes. Rasmus Andersson and Mackenzie Weegar are pushing deeper into the offensive zone tonight, trying to turn possession into pressure. The Flames don't need perfection. They need a bounce, a deflection, a single spark. Montreal will score, that's inevitable, but their edge in finishing is thinner than the market believes. Wolf steals a few early, the crowd swells, and suddenly momentum forgets logic. This is where variance lives, and variance wears red tonight. And today's AI pick is the Calgary Flames moneyline, plus 105. A value born from desperation, regression, and the kind of pride that only losing can teach. Will we cash or will we burn? Either way, the fire will be honest. Now, onto the recap with Lilith.
You heard the drops, and the fire's still glowing on the ice. Let's bring it home. Tonight, we opened in Newark, Minnesota, stepping into the Prudential Center like a question mark no one wanted to answer. The Devils had the streak, the numbers, the noise, but the algorithm saw something else. Game 1, Minnesota Wild moneyline, plus 115. When belief runs too loud, value hides in silence. Then we moved east to Buffalo, where the rink hums with tension and the lights never cool. Detroit and Buffalo aren't playing chess, they're playing speed. Every mistake becomes a goal, every rebound becomes a roar. Game 2, over 6.5 total goals. Because tonight, defense is just a rumor, whispered under TNT's lights. And then the fire reached Calgary. The Saddle Dome, half empty, half praying, and fully ready to break pattern. Everyone's been counting the Flames out for a week straight, but desperation and regression make strange allies. Game 3, Calgary Flames, moneyline, plus 105. The underdog carries the burn, and sometimes that's enough. So that's your slate. Wild ML over 6.5 in Buffalo Flames ML, 3 signals, 3 chances to ride the variance. Like and subscribe. Will we cash or will we burn? Wenn du den Abgrund lange genug ansiehst, beginnt dich zu erinnern. When you stare into the abyss long enough, it begins to remember you.